Hello, everyone. Welcome to Spirit World Insights. I'm Jackie, and today I am going to be channeling some information for you guys that has to do with the vibration of words. And this is something that Archangel Metatron and a lot of my guides actually have brought to my attention over the past few years. On a regular basis, they will pinpoint specific words when I'm either listening to information or reading information. It's not something that's channeled from them. It's stuff that I'm getting from humanity. And they'll stop and they'll be like, okay, that word. They'll like pick that word and they'll say, what do you feel when you sense that word? And I will hone in on my clairsentience, how you feel, and I'll start describing what it feels like. And then what they will do is they will give me another word that might be in a higher vibration and more in alignment with my highest good. And so I've been kind of making little notes here and there over the past few years about these words that really seem to have a big impact on what I end up doing in my life and where that takes me in regards to, is it in 3D, 4D, or 5D? So I'm going to go through the list that Archangel Metatron has brought through for me today that are good words to talk about. And yeah, we'll see what you guys think about it. So, okay, so the first words that were, and they're in pairs, obviously. The first word is going to be the difference between the vibration of spirit and soul. And this is something that Archangel Metatron brought to me a long time ago, because growing up in a very religious family background, I didn't really hear the word spirit. I heard the word soul. And so when I had my awakening in 2012, I kept hearing more of the word spirit. And then I'm like, okay, well, then what's the soul? I wanted clarification on what they were. And this is what Metatron brought through for me. And again, this is my interpretation of what he said to me. Take it or leave it, but this is what I got. He said that a spirit is a part of the divine creator. It is something that has the complete essence of the creator, God, source, whatever your chosen name for higher source is. It is the essence of the connection with the divine. And he said, and it's capable of dividing. And then I said, okay, so what is soul? And he said, a soul is a division of the spirit. It is an aspect, a chosen aspect of that divine creation essence. So he kind of went into detail that when you're not incarnated, you are a spirit. But when you are incarnated, that is an aspect or soul of the spirit. And there can be many of them at one time, which those of you that watch, not just me, hopefully other videos as well from other amazing, awesome people out there that do what I do. You've probably heard that it is possible to have different aspects of yourself living on different timelines at the same time. And that's what Metatron's getting to, is there are different souls that are different aspects of the spirit living out different lives at the same time. Okay, so that's that one. Okay, next is the word role and the word position. And he said, role is a part to portray. It's like an actor. It's like when you incarnate and you make choices to become something. It's saying, I'm going to step into this role and be this. I'm going to be a mother, a father, a daughter, an aunt, a child. I'm going to be a specific occupation. I'm going to be a specific religion. It's taking on a role or part that is temporary. That's the key word to role. He says roles are temporary, okay? So important. He's wanting me to bring this in, that a lot of people may play a role in another life, and then when they reincarnate in this life, they want to go back and do that role again. But you don't have to. Again, that's free will, that's a choice. Okay, position is a stand of truth. It's who you are. It's saying, this is my divine choice of the position that I choose to play out. Always. Okay, so now we get out of temporary and we go into always. So if you're going to play a doctor in one lifetime, it doesn't mean you're going to come back in the next time and play a doctor. If you play a someone of status in one lifetime, it doesn't mean you're going to come back and do that again in the next lifetime. So I think you guys, I don't feel like I have to really go on. I think you guys understand that. But a role is temporary and a position is your truth. Okay. It's what you're standing on, your foundation. Okay. Then we get into the difference between a resolution and a resolve. So a resolution, which a lot of you are probably like, yes, New Year's resolutions. Well, those are intentions that usually are made because you're not in alignment with it. It's something you're lacking. And so what happens is you say, I'm going to set a New Year's resolution that I'm going to stop doing something I love, or I'm going to start doing something I hate. Okay? A resolve or pure intention is a heartfelt desire. You do it because you love it. You do it because you know it's in your highest good. You're not coming from a place of lack. You're coming from a place of desire. Okay? There's a difference. Okay, now we're kind of going into, he's like, and now you're into two other words. You can want something because it's 3D. It's, oh gosh, he's just kind of taking me back into, the want is 3D, the desire is a higher dimension of consciousness. Okay, so again, when you are, because we're coming up to New Year's, so if you guys are used to setting resolutions, think about this, okay? Do you want to start off the year creating a resolution out of something with a low vibration of what you either love and don't and know you don't need, or something you hate but that it's in your best interest? You're starting already from this low dimension, right? Where if you set a resolve or an intention instead, it's coming from a heartfelt desire. It's just a different vibration. Okay, moving on. Okay, next words are try and choose. Okay, so, and I've said this in other videos, the word try is movement with no outcome. And it is one of the hardest words I've tried to take out of my vocabulary. And I've been trying to take it out of my vocabulary for 2 years. And yet it still creeps in because it is so stinking programmed into my mind. And I used to hear it from people all the time. They're like, oh, I'm trying. I'm going to try. Oh, yeah. Oh, I've been trying. and I'm like, that's great. You're moving. Woohoo. But there's no outcome. There's no end result in the try. So the energy is lower. When you choose something, you make a heartfelt decision. You're like, I'm going with it. And that going with it is the outcome. It's the manifestation of the try, right? So when people come to me and they're like, oh, I'm trying. And I'm like, stop trying. Stop trying and just choose. I'm like, just choose what you want, what you desire. Actually, again, my Metatron's like, he's like, no, not want. What do you desire? That's so funny. Anyway, okay. The next words are demand and command. Okay, when you demand something, this is so 3D. It's so low vibrational, and it's because I want control. So I'm demanding that this happen. And higher consciousness is like going, really? Okay. Well, you just demand that and we'll just see what happens. But the word command is different. That's a high vibrational word, and command is your position, okay, which we've already talked about, and your free will. When you've got negative energy that is coming into your space, that is imposing on your free will, and you can command it to leave, okay? But if you demand it to leave, it's because you're like, I don't like you and I don't want you. And that's that. But yet when you command it, it's saying, I'm standing firm in my position and I'm going, no, this is my space. This is my etheric space. You're not allowed in. Okay. So demanding is 3D, ego, control. Command is position, free will. Okay. And then the last one, there's so many, but he was like, just stick with these for today. The other is I am and I will. So when we say I will is kind of like try. It's saying I'm going to make an attempt. I'm going to intend to do it. So it's I'm intending and I'm trying and maybe it will work. Right? Okay. But I'm saying I will try. That's they go together, right? I will try. I will attempt. I will intend. But I am is fact. It's truth. It's your position. So if we look back at these words, we've got I am, which is your position. It is your spirit, your connection with the divine. It is your pure intention that you choose, and you command that nothing waver that nothing separates you from that, no matter what you're getting from the environment around you, okay? I'm not even going to go into the other ones. That is what is important, Metatron says. Your spirit is the I am position that creates intentions by choosing and then commanding nothing makes you think that you're separate from it. That was good. That was good. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. That's something for you guys to think about. Okay. And then he wanted me to pull a card. He's asking me to pull a card from Denise Linn, Native Spirit deck. Great deck. Haven't used it in a while, so I'm kind of looking forward to see what kind of message is coming through. All right, Metatron, what do you have to say? I'm not the greatest shuffler because keeps flipping cards because my hands are small. So, all right, Metatron, let's get one card, please. What is the message that you want to bring through? One card. Okay. They're really sticking together. Okay. Sacred Mountain. Can you see that? Okay, Sacred Mountain. I am going to read what Denise Linn has written and then let Metatron piggyback off of it. Okay, Sacred Mountain. Be still and take time to move into the silent space within yourself. Locate your internal source of power. Meditate. Wait. Do not move forward until it feels right. Surrender to stillness. Do not take action. If you observe rather than react, you claim your power. From the vantage point of the sacred mountain, your power grows. In silence, you find your sacred witness. It is the dwelling place of your soul. In peace, seek and discover your truth. Move past the bustle and the clatter of life into sweet quietude. If you're in pain, don't lash out. Go into it until you find the source so that it can be healed. Resist the temptation to indulge in feelings of stress, urgency, and emergency. Your power is born in silence. This peace gives birth to your serenity. Seek solitude to listen to the voice of your higher self and awaken your inner wisdom. So many things he's talking about here. Okay. I've had a lot of people reach out to me this past week about not feeling well or feeling really tired or completely unmotivated. And then the question is, what's wrong? Is there something wrong? And I kept getting that a lot of people are still, I don't want to say the word still, they're dealing with Ascension symptoms. I mean, it's something we've been dealing with for a long time now, but you might notice that there are waves of different symptoms that will come in at different times, and they'll be more intense sometimes than others. And what he's saying is go into the silence of it, go into your higher self and ask yourself for the truth. What is the source of this? What do I need to do? And then the other thing that he's really talking about, it says, if you're in pain, don't lash out. Go into it until you find the source so that it can be healed. You guys, that is the key to healing, is finding the source. And when I do my series, Awakened Healer Within, I always talk about whatever you're feeling, go to the source of it. You want to go to the thought. It's like the evolution of pain is a thought, and then an emotion, and then a feeling, and then a symptom, a pain, an illness, a disease. It goes like that. And you've got to go back to the beginning. What is the root cause of it? And the root cause of it is going to be a thought and an emotion. And when you go into it, Metatron told me one time, he goes, you're going to go into it, that thought and that emotion. Maybe it comes through as a memory, and you're going to go into it until you get to the other side, because we're in a world of duality. So what happens is you have to have both. And when you go into, say, even the pain, when you go into the pain, when you get to the other side, there's no pain. So what happens today if you find yourself at the top of your sacred mountain going, help me, I don't know why I'm feeling what I'm feeling. Maybe you're the kind of person that's asking your pendulum, or you're asking your higher self or your guides, you're like, what is going on? And they're like, you're nothing, you're healing, you're ascending, you're moving from this carbon-based body into a crystalline form, and it's not easy. It's painful, but the healing process is within. And the more you try to let's see, let me get the right word, numb it, the longer the processing takes. So go into the pain, go into the memory, go into the thought, because on the other side of that, okay, so I'm just gonna teach you guys something. And this was hard for me to learn, because I'm gonna say that the ego goes, I don't want to go into that. It doesn't feel good. Why would I want to go into something that doesn't feel good? Because in order to get to the other side of it, you got to go into it. Okay? And that was rough for me. My main guide, she was like, you need to go in that pain. And I was like, It took me so long to trust her and to do it. But once I did, I never stopped. I was like, I got it. I got it now. Thank you. And so when you feel something and it doesn't feel good, you can help process it by go into it and pull it into your heart chakra, because your heart chakra is the processor. And so you pull it in, you go into it, and then it's almost like you're walking through a tunnel of the pain or the thought or the memory or the feeling or the emotion. You're walking through it, and you know, because your heartfelt intention is, I want to get to the other side where this no longer hurts, right? And you just keep going, and you will get there when you acknowledge it. You got to call it out. When you accept it for what it is, you give it forgiveness, you give it gratitude, and then you ask it to process back to love. Just saying. That's what I've been doing for years, and it works awesomely. It's your sacred mountain, guys. Go into your sacred mountain. Go into the heart chakra. Let yourself be still. Let yourself be silent with everything else that's around you, and just come into that stillness of your higher self. Find the source, and then utilize those steps, that technique that I just mentioned. It will change your life. It has mine. Okay, that was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, Metatron, for bringing through those messages. Is there anything else you would like to say? Huh? He's like, be still and know. And I hear him say, hang in there, which is not really something that spirit guides typically say, but he knows that there's a lot of us that feel like we're at the end of our thread. Yeah. Some of us are like, is it time to go? I'm ready. So yeah, anyway, where are you at? All right. Find your sacred mountain. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, that would be nice. Sharing with anybody else that you might know that could benefit from that as well. Until next time, bye.